Peace, 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 family. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on, man? I know it's been a little minute, but I got some stuff to talk to y'all about, man. Yeah, got some stuff to talk to y'all about, man, and some people may get it now, some people may get it later. It is what it is. I understand that. Okay. Yeah, we definitely got to get into some stuff. And you have to be willing to go far. The energy is not necessarily low. It's just that I'm in a different place. I'm in a different place. Yeah, I'm in a different place. And it's not, and it don't necessarily mean low. It's basically becoming something that you never knew existed. You understand? So you go through these changes, in a sense, okay, of becoming something else. All right. And like I said before, months ago, this comes with acceptance, accepting the fact that this place is not what you think. Through the acceptance, you will go through a series of realizations, and these realizations are going to ultimately change you, put you in a different place. It's going to put you in places. It's going to put you, hold on, let me check this thing out real quick. It's going to put you in a place. All right. It's going to put you in a place make sure that was good. All right, all right. Tange, Mama Mary, what's happening? What's happening? Steph, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Mommy Lane, how y'all doing? Chrissy, Jazz, what's happening? Icon, what's good? What's good, family? What's good? What's good? What's good? Peace. What's going on with you? King Ali, how you doing, man? So as I was saying, through this acceptance, you are going to go through a change, all right? A change that you would have never thought that it could be that way. You understand? All right? Different. Okay? All right? It's almost as if, let me give you an example. Of what's going on here and how easily the brain can be manipulated. So there's a video going around. It's a little cat, right? This cat, and I want to show y'all, probably saw this. This cat grew up with some dogs, right? So the cat was a kitten amongst about 3 or 4, somewhat of a litter of puppies. So this cat grew up amongst these puppies, and as they got older, okay, a year later or so, all right, what happened is the cat believe it's a dog now. So instead of the cat meowing, okay, naturally, you understand, the cat barks. It's the funniest shit ever. But at the same time, it's not funny at all. You understand? Okay? So basically, this cat is in a mind frame that he need to, this cat needs to lift up this leg to piss, and Sean, what's up, man? What's happening? And all of these different little things, right? Feel like you need to bark at people and all of this type of shit. So many words, this cat is oblivious to what it is. Okay? I'll give you another one. So there's a video the brother of mine sent me where Joanne, what's up, man? Where he spread his arms out. Okay, all right. This scientist, in a sense, took this guy, sat him down at this desk. He spread his arms out to both ends of the desk. Okay, all right, and between his hands, okay, between his hands being spread out on the desk, he took a fake hand, okay, a fake right hand, and put it in the middle. Okay. All right, so now it looks like he got his left hand, right hand together, but it's a fake hand. You understand? Okay, and his right hand that's out here, he covered it up. Now, let me give you this. So, and this is how easily you can be manipulated. It's so easy, family. So easy. You understand? So, what ended up happening was, okay, this guy started to touch his right hand with like a ruler or something. He had 2 rulers, and he was touching the fake right hand and the real right hand. So he's touching it with the ruler at the same time. Okay, he's touching it with the ruler. Now, this is the crazy part. As he's touching it with the ruler, okay, the brain is now confused. The brain don't know which hand is real, although it's connected to this brother. You understand? Okay, it is connected to this brother. So what happens is this particular scientist or whatever, he stopped touching the real hand and he kept touching the fake hand with the ruler. And the guy is feeling the right hand being touched, it is not even real. Then the guy took a hammer and hit the fake hand, and the guy jumped like, ouch. And he was like, how is this possible? Like I said, family, the brain is easily manipulated when caught at a certain time. Okay, all right. So I've been dropping all this information about the school system. You know how and if you've seen the information in the past where I basically told you who created the curriculum in the school system. Okay, all right, which was John D. Rockefeller and Company. Okay, all right, they created the curriculum that you now know within the school system. Okay, now a system of teaching was already happening. Okay, all right. Angelica, what's happening? Been a minute. What's happening? So it was already a system, of teachings going on, which were metaphysical teachings, esoteric, so forth and so on. Okay. When these people came into power, I'll call them Agent Smith. When I mentioned this, I did a light little live about a week or so ago. And while I was doing a live, I was talking about things that because I've been off it for about a month, 2 months, month and a half, 2 months, something like that. And of course, in that time period, I have went through different realizations, and it has given me different outlook that I didn't have the last video that I did about a month and a half, 2 months ago. So while I'm doing the video, I go into this thing about the Matrix. All right. Of course, I see the Matrix much differently now. Right. So understand. Okay. Let's use the school system, right? So in the second grade, you have mathematics, right? You probably got 1 + 1 is 2, right? Put 2 blocks together, you get 2 and all of that. So basically what I'm saying is the higher you go up in grade, the mathematics increases, right? It goes to addition, subtraction, multiplication, right? Okay. Geometry, okay, algebra 1, 2, 3, and so forth and so on. Basically, what I'm saying is every time you elevate, in a sense, okay, you can look at the same thing and you will see it from a higher level. Okay, you understand? You will see it from a much higher level every time, although you've looked at this thing 100 times, okay, before, but it keep going. You keep going. All right. So that's why when I mentioned the Matrix, I mentioned the Matrix and I went into it from a different understanding, a deeper understanding. And they cut the video while I was talking about it and deleted the video and told me they don't like what I was. They literally told me they didn't agree with what I was saying, and they deleted the video while I was live on Instagram. So I kind of thought that was cute. But as always, there's no reason to get upset. There's no reason to get mad. You look at that as confirmation. Okay. All right. If I was a stone-born Christian up here telling you about the goodness of this crack of Jesus and all of this type of stuff, okay, the video will still be up there with 1 million views. Okay. All right. Or if I was talking about Sexy Red and all of this type of stuff, it'll still be up there with 1 million views. Okay, you understand? Now, so yeah, like I said, so I call this guy Agent Smith, the so-called Rockefeller and his constituents. You understand? All right. Hey, what's happening? What's happening, brother? What's happening? So I went into this thing about the school system because I was going through all these revelations. that that the school system is not what you think. It's not a place, of learning. It's not a place of growth. It is a place of training. It is a place of enslavement, mental enslavement. Okay, all right. All right. I remember myself at one time, I used to look down on people who dropped out of school. I used to look down on people who dropped out of school. Okay. All right. But now I applaud them, especially the ones that dropped out at an early age. I applaud them. Okay. Especially if their mind is still intact. Okay. All right. I asked a brother the other day, I said, the brother's a cook. He's a chef out here in Atlanta. I asked him, I said, have you used Shakespeare yet in your red beans? Have you used calculus yet while you was making that pasta? Okay. Have you used what I told him? Abraham Lincoln and all of these people. Do you think about them people? Do you think about those school teachings when you trying to cook a steak for customers? I said, so that's something we got to think about here. You understand? So I went into that whole dialogue, breaking down the school system and how and who brought forth the information, where the information comes from, on the majority of your so-called HBCUs. There's a Rockefeller Hall, okay, on the campus. Okay, you understand? All right. Rockefeller put forth many of these so-called black institutions that you think black people created. No, they did not. You understand? Okay. All right. And that trickles all the way down, okay, to first grade kindergarten. All right. Okay. All right. And the reason why I'm talking about this because I feel like I've been beating a dead horse in a sense. My brother Ty, what's happening? What's happening? I feel like I've been beating a dead horse. But in order for you to understand where I'm going with this, okay, you must first realize where I came from with the information in order to get to point B. You understand? Okay. So we're going to refresh on point A in order to get to point B. If you want to really get deeper into it, you can go check out the last video, a couple videos before that, so forth and so on. All right. On YouTube or Facebook, whatever. So now, let's get into this. Okay. A baby. When a baby comes into existence, a baby still has its divinity, okay, or remnants of its divinity, okay, within it, all around it. All right. So that baby likes to move around, likes to jump, and all of that. By the time that baby is 1 year old, the baby running through the house full speed, probably taking the pamper off, doing whatever, basically want to do, basically being chaotic, but not in a bad way. Okay. You understand? In a divine way, in a sense. Why? Because ultimately we are waves. Okay. If you get into the Kemetic science, which I've been talking about for years, okay, you understand that God is new. It represents the nothingness. Okay. All right. The waters, the lake. Okay. In the scriptures, they make mention of the waters before the Bible even start. You understand? Okay. In verse 1, Genesis 1, verse 1, they make mention of waters. They don't make mention that he created the waters. They make mention of waters. You understand? So the waters has always been in existence, also known as your divine self, the nothingness, okay, the 0 point, all right, the true Alpha and Omega. You understand? Okay, what everything came out of, in a sense. So the waters has always existed. Okay, all right. And sometimes the waters can be at rest. Sometimes the waters can go up and down. Okay, you understand? The waters can move around. Okay, all right. You can look at the ocean. You can see it can move. It even has a rhythm to it. You understand? It even has a rhythm to it. Okay, a very chaotic rhythm because sometimes you can't catch it. You understand? But it moves. Okay, so now that baby, when that baby is born, that baby is divinely chaotic. If you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so that baby is divinely chaotic. Now, Rockefeller and his people understood this. This is why they put in the late 1800s or mid to late 1800s, $8 billion in the 1800s. Okay, all right. It would be equivalent to $8 billion today, but it was like 25 or $30 million or something in the late 1800s. So in today's money, it'll be $8 billion. So they gave, okay, the GEB or General Board of Education or General Education Board, however that they say that. Okay, he gave them all of that money to basically take over. Okay, you understand? Okay, so when he took over, the curriculum was changed. This is what you don't understand. Okay, the same information that I can get to, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the pyramid text, the different Gitas, okay, the Upanishad, okay, the Gnostic information, so forth and so on. He has the same information, but he understands it to a deeper level. Okay, you understand? Because to a certain degree, he was taught by an earlier you. Okay, he was taught by earlier you, so he understand this information. So he understand when first and foremost, okay, like I said, this is not about a black white thing and all this and all of that. But at the end of the day, the darkness came first. You understand? Everything comes out of the darkness. Okay, in order for a baby to be born, it comes out of the darkness. The womb is the great darkness. You understand? So this was first. Quote unquote, if you want to call it melanin, whatever, melanated people, whatever you want to call it, that was first. So he understood. I have to attack these people when they're first born. If I can attack them when they're first born, okay, all I have to do is plant the seed. They are going to create the rest of the destruction. All I have to do is attack one person. Once I attack one person, they're going to attack another person, and that person is going to attack another person. Therefore, here you go with not first grade, kindergarten. So your divinely chaotic son or daughter goes to school. What's the first thing that they do? Now, when they're at home with you, they're bouncing off the walls. But because you aren't divinely educated on the true you are that cat. Just like I talked about how that cat was raised with dogs and now with bark. You are that cat that was raised as a human. So you don't know what you are. You understand? Okay. So now, okay, you are trained. You have become trained to think that the school system is for you and is there to help you. Okay? You understand? All right? That's what you think. So now, your kid that's bouncing off the walls, okay? Sean, boy, get your muffler eating ass. Love you too, brother. All day long, man. So now you have this son or daughter of yours who was bouncing off the walls, right? So now these people knew that. They knew, okay, we have to come up with something. We have to come up with something so where when we get into this school, okay, we have to create medicine. We have to create a pill. And we have to influence the parents and make them believe that we are right. Okay? For sure, Sean, I got you. So we have to influence the parents, okay, and try to make them think that we are right and exact. And if they don't understand, we have to put fear on them. We have to start telling them things. Well, we'll take your son away from you, or we're gonna take your daughter away from you if you don't put them in our classes. And so they start to create this fear. Okay, you understand? So now your divinely chaotic son or daughter is now in this school. Now they're running all over the place. What do the mentally enslaved teacher, kindergarten teacher, tell your son or daughter? Get in line up, stop moving, be quiet. And if that child steady moving, steady bouncing around, oh, let me take this child to the nurse. We got to stick them with a needle. We got to stick them with a needle. Okay? All right? And if that don't work, let's go ahead and put them on Ritalin. Okay? Because they got a disease. They have a disease because they can't stay still. Nah, they are divinely chaotic due to the great nothingness, due to their divine self, due to their purity of heart. So now, and what I'm telling you, you can't debate this, okay? All right? Because you've seen it. Many of you mothers and fathers have seen it. Okay, well, all of y'all, if you're a mother or father. Okay, your child went into school when it was at home with you. They was bouncing all over the place, and you made sure they went there after school so they could become a soldier. Okay, and at that point, their divinity is lost. But you don't know that because you think you're a cat. Okay, aka human. All right. And understand this. Okay, I'm about to take you somewhere here. So now, when your son or daughter ain't a first, second, third grade now, they still jittery, they're still moving all over the place. They can't stay still because it's that chaotic divinity within them, okay, that want to be free, that want to be out. And you know what you do as a parent? Because the teacher come tell you, hey, your kid don't want to stay still, blah, blah, blah. You know what you do? You grab your son or daughter and you beat them. You beat their divinity out of them. You beat the essence of love, the essence of bliss. You beat that out of them because you are supremely ignorant. About to take you here. Do you understand? Do you understand that pushing your kid to get A's and B's in class is against their divinity? Will, what you talking about? You pushing your children to win is against their divinity. Do you understand? In you can't find in no ancient text that we taught to look down on someone. For you to get an A, okay, your ignorance is being taught. For you to try to conquer someone else, okay, all right, for you to want to beat someone else, just the sheer thoughts of that is not your divine self. Your divine self is pure love. See, Rockefeller and all the rest of these people knew this. They knew they had to create a system. Okay, so when they create this system, okay, They knew that when they create this system, they have to teach them, okay, how to be ignorant without actually looking a certain way. You think trying to win is love? You think trying to be the best in class is love? What is pushing that energy? What is pushing you to want to get an A, to want to get a B, okay, to win this, to win that? What's pushing you to do that? Because in any ancient teachings, you can't find that information. In the ancient teachings, you find peace. Okay, you find love. It's not about that I need to conquer someone. You probably never heard that before, but I'm just telling you. Every time you want your kids to be great in school, you are destroying their divinity. Just the school, period. Shit, Dr. York said 25 years ago, okay, that the word school came from the word shul. Okay, all right. And I already gave you the word education, okay, means to tame an animal. It literally says this. When you look up the etymology, don't go to a definition. That's what Webster gave you, this bullshit. Okay, like it literally says this. So again, this is not Will Copprue. Understand this. This is not Will Copprue's information. I gave that up a long time ago. I give you information so you can look it up, things you can ponder on yourself. I'm just a message. You understand? Okay, all right. So to push your kids to be better than the next is not divine. Family, it's a lot that we do that we think it is okay. But again, we have become that cat that grew up with dogs, and now that cat believes it's a dog. Okay, you are trained by humans, so therefore your divinity is gone, and now you believe you're human, when in fact you're not even close. When in fact the word human is damn near negative. I'm just saying. So, you want to know the poison about the school system? Well, understand, why is it that when your child gets to school, they want them in a single file line? When the divinity looks like to a certain degree, it looks like a EKG machine. That motherfucker going up and down like that, in a sense. Okay, and it's moving and grooving. We're gonna get to a certain point later on in this thing. Okay, you understand? With some more information here. So, just want you to understand what's going on here before I go further about the fact that this place is not what you think it is. You only think you're right and exact. You only think you know something. You only think is this or that based on your schooling and your teaching. Okay, all right. I did a class about 2 years ago. Okay, where I did. I was given this by my big sister. Okay. It was a sheet of paper and it had about 9 dots on it. Okay, all right. And the objective was to connect the dots without taking the pen off the paper. Okay, All right. And everybody had trouble connecting all the dots without moving, without taking the pen off the paper. Now, this is the thing. They could have went outside of the dots. They could have went all the way around to connect everything, but because you're trained, you're mentally enslaved in school. Everybody who was in my class failed this particular exercise. Why? Because all of us have been trained to color within the lines. They give you a coloring book, stay in the lines. Okay, that's not divine chaos. To be honest with you, scribble scratch. Okay, all right. That's your divinity in a sense. Okay, all right. But you are mentally enslaved, like many of us are. And when you start to realize all of these things, okay, some it's almost as if a light get turned on and you start to see what is. I'm gonna say it again. You start to see what is, okay, and what is not. All right. It got so bad. The school system is so poisonous to where our divine self had to create extracurricular activities to try to bring some kind of light to the school. Okay, because our true selves knew that the school system was poison. So we had to create something. We had to create something called a chess club. And understand, chess, that's comedic shit. Okay, all right, all right. Sciences of the brain, sciences of the mind. All right, okay, you understand? All right, so we had to put that in school. We started putting marching bands and stuff like that in school. Okay, all right, we had to do something to lighten up the slavery that's being bestowed upon you and your children. Yeah. You know, so that's how poisonous this thing is, man. And again, you cannot deny the fact that you beat your children because they didn't do what they were supposed to do in school. You can't deny the fact that your son or daughter, some of you out there have given your son or daughter Ritalin and all of these other things because they didn't want to stay still. You can't deny that. That goes on every day. And here's more for you. If this system wasn't powerful, if this system wasn't powerfully ignorant, okay, all right, and set up to destroy you, okay, at the age of 8, 9 years old, that system wasn't that. I did a lecture about 4 years ago. Yeah, about 4 years ago. Breaking down COVID, coronavirus, where I went into these particular sciences on these many mythologies that talk about this great feminine energy destroys her children when they are not focused on themselves. Okay, all right, and it's damn near every Greek mythology has a point to where this great mother, destroys society based on their ignorance. Okay, all right. I went into the sciences of Saint Corona. Okay, all right. I went into Nana Baluku in the Yoruba pantheon, okay, which she, you know, basically bring illness to her people, okay, because they're ignorant and they don't want to listen. The only time they can listen is when they're sitting down, okay, or when they're ill, okay. Don't many of you good Christian, Jesus, God loving motherfuckers, okay, as soon as somebody's sick, oh Lord, help me, Lord, I know what's going on, Lord, I don't understand. Don't you do that? Yes, you do. Okay, same thing with this movie Deliverance. We're going to touch on it a little bit. Okay, all right. But somewhat not the way that you think I'm going to touch on it. Anyway, so in that particular lecture, I talked about how the school system was shut down. Matter of fact, everything was shut down. And I talked about that. Probably not just myself in a sense. I think Panic brought it up. Okay, I think a few people brought it up. So if the school system is so perfect for you, why did your divine self shut the damn school down? They literally stopped your children from going to school and made you sit there with them. And it was so crazy, many of you parents started to short circuit. Like a robot or something, like a robot. That card just was pulled because now, instead of the teacher raising your children, now you have to do it. See, because of the school system, you only had your children on weekends. Okay, all right. So now you got them Monday through Friday because you're not going to work now. You got to work from home, or they paying you, or whatever, during this particular time. Right now, you got to sit there with your children. Now you got to show them something. Now you got to realize that you don't know much. Okay, all right. And some of you, soon as the school system opened back up, oh my God, you put your children on a slingshot and sent them right back into hell. Okay, luckily some people decided to keep their children at home. Okay, all right, but I'm just saying. So if there's nothing wrong with this school system, then why was it shut down? You think the government or these so-called powers that be wanted to shut down the school system? No, they did not. They need you in school. They need you to get poisoned from kindergarten on up. They need this for you because they need you to attack motherfuckers like myself. Okay, all right, and tell people like myself, oh man, you crazy, something wrong with you, and all of that. When I can tell you, okay, or people like myself can tell you, oh, you got cancer, well, do this, and this. Okay, oh, you got this, okay, well, do this, and this. Okay, well, you got this going on. Okay, well, I give you this to read, and you'll realize that you're not going through nothing like you think you will. Because when you start to develop, when your divinity starts to rise back up, okay, all right, you start to have answers to things you never thought you even knew about. In the Bible, they say God knows this and God knows all. But you must understand, you have been taught to be a human. Okay, so what are you truly? Okay, all right, and we'll get to that word God. You know, somebody remind me. I'll talk about that, and I'll talk about how we should not consider using that word no more. And that's all a part of all these revelations I've been getting. This shit is crazy. Because that is a negative word as well. Okay, we got too much information to prove that. Okay, this is not a belief. This is actually looking up the information and finding the knowledge that actually says this. Okay, fuck your beliefs. It's not about that. We don't do beliefs over here. Okay, we don't do what my grandma taught me, what my mama. No, we don't do that shit. Okay, because my mother blatantly lied to me based on her ignorance. Okay, all right, and I am so accepting of the fact that, and I'm so to a certain degree sure of myself. Okay, that I don't care to hurt feelings. I don't care about not being real about this thing. Okay, so yes, I don't care how much I love my mother. She lied to me, and she didn't even know what she was doing. Okay, like many others. Okay, but many of you are stuck in this dream world, thinking that they love me too much to lie to me. Bullshit. 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 That's actually what happened. Dead is not a bad thing. Okay, spiritually speaking. Okay, so now, where was I in this thing? Talking about the school system. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now, I wanted to give you a refresher on that in order for us to go further. Okay. All right. That your mind is shaped, okay, on winning and losing. Okay, based on what you have been taught. Your mind is about conquering the next person based on what you have been taught. I'm better than that person. That person looks stupid. Why that person dressed? Listen, I can sit back and watch videos, of people. Okay, all right, stuff I used to laugh at, man. But because I'm at a certain place now. Okay, all right, y'all remember them videos when they pointed at somebody's shoes? What are those? Some shit like that. We talking about the people's shoes and shit like that. Now, I'm at a place now to where I can look at that, and before I can even think about laughing, the energy say that's not funny. It's no need to look at something like that. There's no need to belittle a person. Now, at first I was like, man, it's just a joke. But you must understand, your divine self only bears in purity and love. There is no joke about love. It's pure righteousness is what it is. Okay, and in righteousness, bliss. Okay, all right, higher understandings of what you truly are. We don't look to down someone or laugh at someone. Like I said, things have been shifting, and I was the main one. I know people who know me, boy, they know I crack a joke quick on the motherfucker. Okay, if we on a road trip or some shit like that. Okay, I'll hit your ass with a pillow and act like I'm sleeping some shit. Like I'm always the jokester, but that's what we have been taught to be or taught to do. When in fact, that's not funny. Okay, in righteousness, when I understand myself to be love, okay, I give a hug to that person. Okay, I lift up that person. Understand something here. If you're not ready to let go of these thoughts, okay, of joking on people and cracking jokes on, if you're not ready to let that go, click off this fucking live immediately, because this is not for you. This is only for the people who are ready to be love and love alone. That's it. Purity of the self. That's it. Okay, you understand? master of your divinity. All right. Like this thing took me to another place. That's why I've been going. And I'll probably be going again. Okay. I don't know that to be a fact. I never know what's going on. I probably wanted to do a live 6, 7 times. But every time I got to do it, I was like, nah, man. Nah, I stopped myself a bunch of times. But this is the first time in a long time that I was able to actually come forth and front people and do this. You will start to become something different that you have never seen before. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Now, let's tap into something real quick. In the words of my man Bobby, him and we can start the lecture. So now, where are we going to start from, family? Let's start from this. And what is this? What is this here, family? Okay, now, starting from the bottom to the top. Okay, all right. This is hell, right? This is where we are, us. This is the number 2. Heaven is the number 1. And above heaven is the 0 point, the nothingness. Okay, so now, understand the nothingness is what created heaven. And heaven is what created hell. All right, and we're going to dive into this. We're going to dive into this. So now, let me open this up. Let me open this up. So now, all right, think we're good. So now, let's start here. Now, I've been putting out information. I've been putting out information about this place for the past 6 months. Again, not Copprue's information. Okay. I ain't using it in a minute. That's how you know. Yeah, I ain't using it. I'm gonna get customer. So okay, now I've been putting out information again, not Copprue information. Okay, all right. The more I research and I stumble across all of this information, I must have put up at least about 3, 4, 5 hours worth of information throughout the last 4 or 5 videos, okay, that describes this place. And understand, these are teachings that precede us. These are teachings that existed before you or I. Okay, all right. So basically, these teachings were warnings that this place is not what you think it is. Okay, all right. And also, it's been many teachings that talk about a fall that happened. Okay, from the heaven state to the hell state. Okay, the nothingness have always been, but the heaven state went through a change in a sense. Okay, all right. So the heaven state, your quote unquote higher self, true self. Okay, so and this is going to expand. All right, this level of this is what I'm speaking on now. This is going to expand. So basically, what I'm saying is, we existed as these divine beings. All right, we were this for quite some time. We were in existence for quite some time, family. make sure this thing good. So we were in existence, fam, for and excuse, like I say, I haven't been on this thing for in a minute, so this camera is going through it right now. A lot of dust and mice and shit all up on it, but so by us being in this existence for a certain amount of time, over this particular period, it was almost as if we started to let go of ourselves, okay, unknowingly, in a sense, right? Unknowingly, we started to let go of ourselves, all right. Now, it wasn't our whole entire self. No, it wasn't our whole entire self. It was a remnants of us. Okay, let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So imagine when you go outside and you in a parking lot or something and you see a shadow on the ground of yourself. Okay, now the shadow, you can say to a certain degree, is you too. Okay, but it's only a remnant of you. It's a shadow of you. So now we were in this state for so long to where a remnant of us, okay, a small portion of us fell into a coma-like state. Okay, and through that it created this realm. Okay, all right. And when that transpired, what ended up happening, okay, what ended up happening was, okay, we started to create information. So this is how you have temples with writings on the walls. This is how you have ancient texts, okay, that say this and say that. Okay, this is even the reason why you have people trying to go against that. Okay, all right. Tell me how me telling you information that can turn you into a supreme being of love get deleted off the internet, but yet and still there are YouTube pages, Twitter pages are dedicated strictly to murder. Strictly to murder. Literally. I saw one brother page on Twitter. Dude said, RIP to all the victims in my videos. And all he put up is hundreds and hundreds of videos of niggas getting shot in the head, niggas getting gunned down, people getting ran over by cars, all this type of shit. But yet and still, when I tell you, okay, that I know for a fact, nigga, for a fact that you're not human, okay? You're not no fucking I'm black and I'm this and I'm that, you know, I'm a real nigga, I'm a bad bitch, I'm all this and all that. I know for a fact that if you follow the information that is put in front of you, not even by myself, by other people of my caliber, because all of us are not the same. Okay? All of us are not the same. And this is why so many people in the community really not elevating. So what do I mean by that? Sidebar. You must stop taking information literally. As long as y'all believe the Anunnaki was real, as long as you believe that the Palladians are real people and all of these people are real and dragons is about to come save you and the unicorns is about to come do this to you and all of that. Okay. Now don't get me wrong. In the heaven realm, there are many different things, many different unheard of, beings. Okay. All right. But I'm talking about as far as you trying to ascend. Understand that the dragon represents the Kundalini. Okay. All right. That's all that is. All right. All right. The unicorn represents the first eye. Okay. I.e., the horn that sits up on the head. It is called an enchanted creature. That is yourself. Okay. All right. You must stop taking this information literally. The more you take it literally, you will not go through these changes. You will not become that being that I truly can't even describe, but I can give you experiences that are mind blowing, that are mind bending. So they have a lot of brothers out here, man, who just telling you all type of shit, man. Who just telling you, this, this and the Kamala Harris and you gotta go do this, Kamala really a reptilian and Trump too and all of this, nothing. Family, you must stop taking this stuff literally. You must understand that these teachings, okay, the emerald tablets, you got brothers out here telling people the emerald tablets came from a deity. This particular God wrote this 10,000 years ago. Ain't nobody did none of that. The emerald tablets is a metaphysical story of your heart, man. Okay? This is why on the movie Wiz, okay, The Wiz with Diana Ross, she had to get to the Emerald City. The Emerald City is where she found herself. Do you understand? She had to find the Emerald City. When she got to the Emerald City, she found herself. She found herself, man. Okay, so you must stop taking this information literally. Okay, or you will always be an emotional wreck. Okay, your life will always be ups and downs. Monday is great, Tuesday is rough, Wednesday is in between, Thursday, Friday, okay, it's Friday, I'm off for the weekend, Saturday, some shit going on. It's gonna always be that until you stop taking this information literally and realize those stories are all about internal revelations of the self. That's what this is, family. Okay? All right, I can give a lovely fuck what anybody is saying out here. That's not going to change me. That's not going to bring me to a level of peace to where I'm extremely happy all the time. That's not going to bring me to my divinity. That's not going to bring me to the heaven realm and back to the nothingness and understand. And that leads me back to this. What you seeing before you is happening inside you, man. So you have hell, heaven, and the nothingness all throughout you. It's nothing outside of you, so stop looking for that. You will always suffer in the ignorance of these people out here who teaching y'all this shit, man. Okay, and I don't know how long I've been saying this. Okay, all right, but like I said, the more I sit back and watch, I see nobody elevate. I see nobody elevate. I see they cry about this and cry about. I see no elevation. I'm like, damn. Because another reason why I don't talk to nobody. I may talk to about 3 or 4 people, tops. Tops, maybe. Okay. All right. I stay away, man. Back to this story. Okay. This heaven. So now your true self is now trying to get you to see yourself, because understand, the heaven realm did not need school, family. The heaven realm did not need school. There was no school, because you knew all and you were in bliss. You weren't fighting over no nigga. You wasn't fighting over no woman. Okay, nah, that's my woman, and that it was none of that. It was none of that. You know, a lot of things that we have today, it did not exist. But now, because we have fallen so low, you know, a brother said, we have fallen so low from our divinity within ourselves to where we are now looking outside for love. We have lost the love within ourselves to where we are now looking outside for love, which is powerful. And that's why many of you will always suffer in whatever relationship you get into. Well, Will, man, you trying to speak that on me? No, I ain't speaking nothing. I'm telling you what the fuck the knowledge says. You will always suffer. I don't give a fuck how many great days you have. At some point, this one gonna get mad at this one. Y'all not gonna talk to each other. Y'all gonna do this. Y'all gonna go through this. This one gonna want to leave. That one going. You're gonna always go through it, because it will be an outward journey. It was never an outward journey, man. Okay, but I'm not about to get back into that shit, man. I told y'all how to, if you want to do that, I told you how to make that perfection. Okay, and both parties have to be on that same level. And I'm not talking about just because she burned sage and this nigga listen to Bobby Hemmick, that don't mean y'all on the same level. Okay, y'all gonna clash. Okay, because there's too many black women out here. All y'all want to do is go outside and put your feet in the grass and act like that means something. You still on some outside shit. You still on some outside shit, man. Okay, all right. So if you so happen to stumble across that one that everything y'all do, okay, y'all on that same particular frequency, and I'm not talking about no Christian shit. I'm talking about someone who is of the energy. It's different. Okay, all those other people are going to always suffer in their ignorance. We're going to get into that. Okay, all right, with this deliverance, we're going to talk about that. All right, now, okay, and now I'm about to talk about this, and it's going to lead us into this deliverance. So now, here goes to hell. All right, now, like I said, I've put out, I don't know how much information that breaks down that we are in hell. We are in this hellish place. Okay, you understand? And understand this. Okay, when I say the matrix, understand the grass outside is not necessarily the matrix. Okay, so what is the matrix? It's this. Okay, all right, because it's the people that want to go chop down the trees and do this and do that, want to go cut the grass. The grass ain't never did you nothing. It's the white boy that make y'all want to go cut grass. Who told you to cut somebody fucking grass, bro? You never thought about that, huh? Many of you never thought about that particular fact. It's so natural, it's so normal. Okay, all right. But do somebody come at you and try to chop your head off? Okay, so what happened was your mind became so enslaved to where you move exactly how he moved. Okay, and with him, he feel like everything here needs to be destroyed. So the trees have to be chopped down, the grass need to be cut. Okay, the animals have to be killed and eaten. Okay, the children have to be killed and eaten. Yes, adrenochrome, look it up. Okay, all right, and you have developed that. You have developed the ignorance of said Rothschild and his people. All right. And for some of you who live in certain neighborhoods, if you don't cut your grass, they're gonna call the people on you. Okay. All right. You can go in certain places. You go in certain places of this world. Okay. These people don't touch their grass. They respect what's going on. So if the grass want to grow, let it. Okay. Who gives you the right to do these particular things? The white boy. White boy's taught you everything that he needed you to learn. Basically, the matrix came into being based on destruction, and that destruction come from your own mind. You beat your children because you want them to be slaves in school. You beat your children, and then you lie with some bullshit and say, well, you know why I beat you? I beat you because I love you. Wow. We are so mentally ill, man. Okay? And how do you get out of that? You first come to the realization that we're in hell. Okay? Okay? And that's here. And that's here. Hell is here. Okay? You understand? Rape, murder, every goddamn rap song. Okay? Talking about this, talking about that. All right? A brother of mine, but not my brother. This particular goddess I was asking me about old BG and how BG still out here rapping about the same shit, kill a nigga, hit a nigga with a chopper and all that. I said, damn, how ignorant was I to believe that music was nice? How ignorant was I to believe that music was nice? Oh, this, I got a text. This say Black to the Future. Black to the Future. Because if you start tapping into yourself, you're going to see how the heaven realm looking is going to blow you the fuck away. It's going to blow you away, man. You're going to be like, hold the fuck up. Nigga, is this the fucking Jetsons, nigga? Is this the motherfucking, what's the name of that movie? What's the name of that movie, y'all? With your girl, man. The Fifth Element. Like you're gonna be blown away, man. You start tapping into that shit, man, and start seeing every fucking vehicle has the ability to, man. It's a whole nother world, man. It's a whole nother world, and that can transpire within you. And the jet black motherfuckers. That a lot of them videos got deleted like about 9-10 years ago when I used to look this stuff up. It was Mexicans, back in like the 80s or early 90s on old videotapes saying they saw ships landing, okay, and tall black people was walking off. It was an old white man having an interview with this white woman, and he talked about how him and his brother was out fishing at night. And these tall black people walked up on them. And the crazy part about it was, he said his words were, he wasn't that, fond of black people. But when he noticed this light came down in those woods where they were, you know, on this particular lake, and the woods right next to it, where they were parked, the trucks and stuff like that. Okay, they said when these black people came to him, he said it was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. Y'all have no clue what the fuck you truly are. But all you know is want to be the greatest human you can be, and let me go get this bag, and let me go do this, and let me go. You have no fucking clue, man. And those so-called beings and shit, that ain't nothing but yourself, bro. That ain't nothing but yourself. All other so-called entities come from your creation. You, the divine black. But it's cool. Be the nigga you think you are. Okay? So I ain't talking to you. Be the bad bitch you think you are. I ain't talking to you. For all I care, y'all don't even exist. It is what it is. But now, understanding this hell thing, okay? Trying to understand what this hell is, okay? It will help you go through these levels of realization. Not understanding what this hell thing is, it will lead you to mental anguish and suffering. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. All right. Now, this movie, it's a few ways I can go with this. All right, let me open this up. It's a few ways I can go with this. Okay. Of course, I can go with the black mother, right? And, she need healing from her mother, blah, 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 right? That's cool. Okay, all right. That's an angle that should be taught. It is what it is, right? But I'm gonna take you somewhere else. I'm gonna take you to this cross right here, so-called up and down cross. Okay, all right. And I want you to come to the realization. I don't know if y'all saw the movie. If you didn't, go check it out. But I was asked by a friend of mine, well, a few people, wanted my input. Okay. So I'm glad they did. Because I needed a push. But so understand this, right? So I'm more than sure many of you have heard in the past of people being possessed by demons and this and that, right? And they're going through what they're going through, right? And they can't believe it, man. These demons are real, man. They doing this and doing that, right? Okay, let me read something to you, and then we're gonna dive in. Because this verse destroys, okay, here we go. This verse destroys the whole fucking movie. And it's right there in your so-called Christian Bible. But again, people don't read their Bible. They listen to their pastor. Hosea 4:6, King James Version. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. I'll say that part again. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Once again, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shall shall be no priest to me, seeing thou has forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. Let me read this one more time. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's number one. That's number one. Okay, nobody in this movie had knowledge. And I'm not talking about the movie aspect of it being a production. I'm talking about the story on what happened. And there are many stories that people, children get possessed by demons and all of this type of shit. Okay, and my question is this, real quick. Hold on. Why is that Christians are the ones that always get possessed by demons? How is that? How come your deeper metaphysical cats, okay, like myself, how come we don't get possessed? How come our houses aren't haunted? There's not one story that you can pull up of a so-called haunting, of a so-called demon possession. You're gonna always find that it is believers, it's Christians, or religious folk. Let me give you a small piece of that. Because we the real quote-unquote spirit realm niggas, we understand that ain't no fucking demons, nigga. Okay? All right? We understand that the word demon is basically, okay, or daemon is basically a low vibratory version of yourself. We understand this. So when this possession happens, we already know, man, I'm tripping. Man, I'm on some bullshit, bro. I gotta get my shit together, man. God damn, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking about, man. Okay? Because we are divinely educated, okay? And like myself and people like myself, we've had multiple experiences of leaving the body and sitting down amongst other entities and all this and all of that. And you come into all of these realizations that all this shit you, nigga. All of it. So when you see these ignorant motherfuckers, oh, this possession, my baby is possessed. Nah, you possess. It's your fault. Because if you had supreme knowledge of self, you would already know. And all in the movie, hold on, let me pull this back up. And all in the movie, you had this lady right here. The lady, the apostle. She called herself the apostle. Okay, next to Monique. She's next to Monique at the bottom. Okay, all right. She said, "I'm an apostle for Jesus. I'm an apostle for God." No, you an ignorant motherfucker. Is what you are. A lost nigga. And in the movie, the so-called demon took her ass out. Where's your God? How come God didn't protect you? Because there is none. Why didn't Jesus protect her? Because there is none. And again, they didn't read. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Basically, being a priest, you must understand to not take this literally. Okay, you must understand how to read. Okay, all right. Divinely, you must understand to take the words off the page and learn and break them down. Okay, you must understand that. Stop reading. Okay, the Anunnaki came down, and that ain't no fucking Anunnaki came down from nowhere. It's you came down from the heaven realm to hell. That's what that means. That's all it is, man. You must understand this. Stop taking shit literal. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Okay? All right? That's us right now. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Basically saying your divine self, okay, the true you, okay, you will also be rejected. That thou shalt not be a priest for me. Basically saying you will not become elevated. You will not become your supreme self. You will not get back to the heaven realm or to the nothingness within yourself. You will not elevate. It won't happen because you reject the knowledge and you think you know some shit. Okay, all right. That's what a priest is. But they took that literally, and now you got these fucking filthy ass white boys walking around with these hats on, talking about they are pope and they are priest and all of that. They took it literally. Okay, and all of these fucking priests sitting up here raping these little boys and all of this because they took it literally. That wasn't supposed to be that. So a lot of you women call yourself priestess and all of that because it's cute to sound to put these names and shit. Okay. All right. If you haven't did any real work and tapping it into yourself and all of that, okay, priest only means elevation of self. That does not mean to go put on white, walk around with a fucking hat on, and call yourself a priest. You are wrong, my friend. Understand how to read ancient information. Yes, the Bible is old. The Bible is taken from many other texts, from the Kemetic text, the Hindu text. I mean, the list goes on and on. Once you understand those particular texts, then you can read the Bible properly. If you read the Bible without reading those other texts, the Gnostic texts and all of that, then you will be lost, my friend. Okay, all right. And then it says, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. What is the law of thy God? I used to I did a whole lecture on this shit about 8 years ago, some shit like that. And the law of thy God, it actually says in the Bible, John 10:34, it says, isn't it written in your law, I say ye are gods? It tells you this. You understand? And then it says, because you have forgotten the law of yourself, being this infinite entity, I will also forget your children. Ooh. So it's not necessarily talking about your children physically. It's talking about your children, the child self. It's talking about the child self. Okay? The further you go within yourself, you become the child. Again, the purity, the supreme love. You become that. You become that. So if you don't have knowledge and understanding of what this truly is, you will not ascend. Again, I said that about 25 minutes ago. And now I'm showing you the proof that it actually says this, and understand what I'm reading from you or reading to you now. This is coming out the pyramid text, which is called the oldest text in the world. So this is nothing I'm making up and trying to tell you what the fuck it is, man. Again, this is not Coprue's information. Let that shit go. Oh man, that's Will shit. No, ain't no Will nothing. Will just don't mind doing the fucking research. Will just don't mind doing the work. Okay, because Will want to be free. Okay, all right. I don't need a whole bunch of money to act like I'm free. I don't need pussy to act like I'm free. I don't need a whole bunch of cars to feel a certain way. Okay, all right, all that shit is cool and dandy. Okay, but that's not going to bring my happiness. Okay, all that shit is a facade in a sense. Okay, all right. Happiness is an internal thing. Enjoyment. Enjoyment. Mental. Okay, this thing is internal, man. Okay, and when that shit happens and that starts to spark, you become something different. You become something different. So let's do this real quick. Okay, and I don't even need to keep going over this because I'm basically telling you what it is. Okay, so all of these people who have these things, it's their fault, man. First of all, you're here in quote unquote hell. We're here. Okay, all right, and in hell anything goes. Okay, so in heaven is different, which is this. Okay, this is heaven. Okay, up here is different. It's different. Okay, all right, but down here in a quote unquote root, okay, the root chakra, that's where hell is, and that's where most people live. The ignorance live in the lowers of the self, and that's where we think from. We think from our gut. That's where we think from. We move from our gut. That's why we fucked up out here. We don't think from heaven. We think from hell. Okay, and in hell you have no knowledge, and that's how things like this can happen, because you have no knowledge. Okay, all right, so like I said, I don't have to go deep into it. Okay, all right, these people are very fucking ignorant. Okay, also who are ignorant, some of the beginning stages of this journey. Okay, but the good thing about it is hopefully some of y'all will keep going, because there's a lot of us out there who still believe demons are real and they trying to come get you and all of that shit. Ultimately, ain't no such thing as a haunted house, bro. The only haunted house that's real is the ones that people have for Halloween. Ain't no goddamn haunted house. It's just ignorant motherfuckers, bro. It's just ignorance. That's what it is. Okay, I've been in houses in New Orleans where people like, man, they got scary motherfuckers in there, bro. Man, they got demons in there. I've been to hotels in New Orleans, okay, in the French quarters, okay, when I used to be working in the quarters a long time ago and shit like that, okay, where it's supposed to be haunted and they'll come touch you and all of that. I've even went to a goddamn plantation where I forgot the name of the plantation, man. But it's out going towards Angola prison way, and in this particular plantation, everybody who go there, okay, they feel like they be haunted, and because it's a bed and breakfast now, so people go there just to experience the so-called horror, and people and they got cameras when they sleep at night. Okay, people blanket be taken off of them, and people get grabbed and all of that shit. Man, I went out there, man, ain't nothing happened. Ain't a motherfucking thing happen. Why? Because it only deals with people who are based in the ignorance. And there's many of us on that journey who in the beginning stages of that journey who are still in the ignorance, who don't research. I'm talking about the quote unquote people, who are early in this thing, still believe in monsters and demons and all of that kind of shit. Okay, and they really think that that's what it is. No, it's not. It's ignorance, bro. Because the higher you go, you don't have them experiences. Okay, and the experiences you do have. Okay, all right. I remember Bobby said this one time. I think like the early 2000s. Bobby said this brother was running. This so-called spirit was chasing him for a while. And Bobby sat down with a brother and another goddess, and they ended up talking to this so-called spirit. And the so-called spirit said, Man, I'm you, man. I've been looking for you forever. I've been trying to connect with you. And Bobby, like, man, y'all be running from stuff and it's yourself. Fast forward to myself, me coming into these levels of awakening. Okay, I have yet to so-called, be, with horror and demons. Why? Because I realized that I am the fucking demon. Damien. Lower level entity in my own ignorance. Okay, the more again, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They say on the physical level, let's take it literally for a second. So they said her children was under attack. And what do the pyramid text say? AKA this particular part of the Bible. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou should be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget your children. Now, if we take it literally, then because you are based in ignorance, your children are not surrounded and divinely protected because you are based in ignorance. This is stop bringing children to this fucking place. But y'all so fucking religious. Okay? Y'all think that's a beautiful thing. But we got much information that says stop doing that shit. Because y'all don't have the knowledge. Y'all don't have the knowledge, the awareness, and the understanding. Okay? To a damn child. Okay? You don't have the knowledge and understanding to bring up a child. Let me see. Okay, you back at it. All right? So again, this is not Will Copprue's information. Okay? All right? I'm just telling you what the fuck it is. Shit, I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I saw that little boy jump off the bed and run up the wall backwards, you know what I said? I said, boy, that's some fire ass shit. I want to learn how to do that. That's what I said. While other people, oh no, that's horrible. Nigga, do you know who the fuck you are, nigga? You not no human, bro. You not no human. Do you understand? If you were supremely connected within yourself, the things that you can do. Listen, 8 years ago, I wasn't nowhere where I am now. I was doing 7 readings a day, no cards, no pendulum, no nothing, straight off the top, telling people, hey, this happened to you in 1989, May 3rd, at 10:15. I'm running that shit. Nigga, like, how the fuck did you do that? I'm like, I have no clue. But of course, I had an idea. I'm like, man, this God shit real, but this God shit real. How the fuck did I know that? That was 8 years ago, bro. Do you understand? You start to go through this message of yourself. So you seeing this kid run up a goddamn wall, you should be like, nigga, that's fire. That's some shit right there. But nah, so many of us are just poorly educated. Okay, and the only so-called education you know is the school system. That's the only education you know. We talked about that. I'm not going through that no more. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, when your people are asking you about this movie and all of that, give them this scripture. And when they get to the bottom, okay, and then you look at those kids and what they went through, what do they say at the bottom? It said, I will forget thy children. If we want to take it literally, it says, I'm not about to protect your children. It says this. Okay? So the worst thing you can be with children is a Christian. The worst thing you can be with children is a Christian. Because anything can happen to your child. If we take this literally. But like I said, it's not to be taken literally, okay? But many people won't understand that. Okay, some of us just refuse to elevate in knowledge. Some of us really think we know something, and that's why the so-called spiritual community is so fucked up. Like, I've never seen so many people who think they know. Wow, amazing. Let's keep moving. Now, I'm gonna take you here. I'm gonna take you here, family. And I'm gonna end it with this. What are you looking at right here? What are you looking at right here? So, let me talk to you. You got point A, point B, okay? At the top and at the bottom. Now, understand something. At one time, A to B, okay? A to B, basically saying, it is, and I just talked about this to a few brothers, man, the other day. We had a beautiful time connecting with some information. So what you're seeing at the bottom, okay? At one time, the only thing that existed was the now. The only thing that existed was now. Okay? The line at the bottom, there is no time. Okay? All right? Time, there was no time. All there was now. At the top, time was added, calendars was added, watches and everything. Now let me dive into this. Now, many of you believe in time, okay? Because again, you listen to these teachers and they're out here telling you time and space is everything and time is this and that. There is no fucking time. And I'm gonna prove it to you in 10 seconds. If you didn't have this, or a calendar, would you know what time it is? I'm asking y'all a question. If you didn't have a watch, a phone, or a calendar, would you know what time it is? Answer that question. I'm gonna wait for y'all to answer that. I'm gonna wait for y'all to answer that. The reason why I'm giving you this, while y'all deciding or trying to figure it out, okay, without a watch, without a phone, without a calendar, a clock, whatever it is, would you know what time it is? While y'all trying to fight yourself to try to prove me wrong, like many of you, okay, all right. This is in part of why we are enslaved. This, what I'm telling you now, is in part on why we are enslaved. So, Will, what you talking about here? Understand something. If all you had was now, you wouldn't have a birthday. Okay, all right. You wouldn't be caring about a job. You wouldn't be rushing, trying to get places, which causes accidents and everything. You wouldn't be worrying about this and worrying about that. There's a lot of things that will be completely obsolete. It would be completely obsolete, family, if there was none of it. But the white boy, or the so-called elite, are treacherous in their understanding. So in this now, they started putting stuff in it. Okay, all right. They started. Man, we got to create something called, and make a word of it. Man, we're not create because a lot of the stuff was still in existence anyway. Okay, but it was talked about differently. Now, let's take this watch. It's called the watch for a reason. It's called the watch for a reason. Okay? And I'm gonna give more information on that. But understand, the science of this watch is made from the so-called Jesus and the 12 disciples. So what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Okay, so you see the hands on the clock. Okay, so the hands on the clock is the only thing that move. Okay, all right, and you have the 12 going around. So Jesus, when Jesus moves, that's when the disciples respond. Okay, or is it you, Jesus, and when you get to 1, that's the first level that you on. When you get to 2, that's the next level that you on. And you go all the way up to 12. You start to get to the supreme self. The school system is based off that too. 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, 4th grade, you get to 12th, you graduate. And they say when you graduate, you go to what? Higher learning. Okay, so understand, a watch, this was on the walls. They took it off the walls and told you this means time. It does not. But that's what we accept today. And you know why we accept a lot of this shit? Because we think God did this. We think God put this here for me. We think God gave me the good white man, and the good white man, had me do this and had me do that. The good white man knows all, and the good white man line this up for me, and he do this for me. God did that for me. Jesus did that for me. That's why when you talk to some of these ignorant, supremely ignorant niggas, when you tell them, man, even if you tell them, man, Jesus, man, he was black. Man, I don't care about all that. I don't care about all that. I don't care if he was black, green, or it don't matter. That's still my Jesus. They get mad at you. So the reason why you don't question what the hell I'm telling you right now, okay, that time is not a real thing. The only thing that exists is now. You don't have birthdays. You don't have a lot of things. Okay, all you have is an entrance into hell and going out. That's all you have. But this is now. Okay, someone told you because you grow, that means you get older. Well, who gave you the language? I heard a young brother. I heard a brother, man. He just did like 25, 30 years in Angola, and he hit me with this. He said, think about this. In this book called Wretched of the Earth, he got this from. So he said, a motherfucker gave you the alphabets, A through Z. So someone gave you the alphabets. Okay, they didn't tell you just go be free and do whatever. They gave you alphabets. Okay, all right, and the only word or phrase that you can use comes from those 26. Okay, all right. So as long as you in that 26, you're under that mind control. Okay, all right. You are in alignment of what these people put in place. I know this going on with some of y'all hate. I get it. It is what it is. I understand that. But when we talk about we have free will, if a motherfucker gave you the alphabets for you to use, so your words mean enslavement. Everything that out your mouth mean enslavement. Again, I know this might go over some people's head. But they gave you how to think. They gave you where to go. So ain't nothing you doing in your life don't consist of A through Z. But you know what's crazy? When a baby is born, a baby is not speaking. Whoa. A baby is not speaking in A through Z. A baby is speaking abadabadu badabadabu abadabadabu. How the fuck you know that's not the original language? Or not even a language at all? We don't know. What we do know is that your whole life consists of everything this white boy put in front of you. That car you have, his company built. That house you have, his company built. That street you live on, his company owned it. Oh man, I own acres. But you pay taxes on it. You're a fucking slave, bro. How do you get out of it? First, you understand that you lack knowledge. And then you realize that you are in hell. And then you ascend to higher levels of yourself. And once that happens, then this phrase kicks in. And this particular phrase kicks in. I am in the world, but not of the world. I am in the world, but not of the world. That's myself. I'm in the world, sure, but I'm not of this world. Shit, just last night I went some fucking little shit. It was crazy. Okay, shit was insane. Y'all don't even realize how much hate that's here. Even when you watching people play football, to even want to hurt somebody is hellish. That is not who we are. That is not who we are. Vita Vita, what's up, mama? That's not who we are. On our own land at that. Bingo. Again, it may look like, okay, yeah, man, Will, a truck driver, man. So all that shit he be talking and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's what you see. But sit down and talk to me. I guarantee you walk off like this here. The fuck that nigga was talking about, man? Man, that nigga an alien. Well, just come sit around me when I'm sitting down with the people who I look at, you know, on that particular frequency. When I look at those people, when we having us a good conversation, motherfuckers start looking like, you heard the fuck they said they talking about over there? One nigga said he left his body and went here and went there. Another nigga said his mama died and then he left with her and went to do this and that. Another nigga said, he went to go see Lucifer and this and that and that. Another nigga said, oh gee, what's happening? What's happening? I'm just saying, man. So, any questions before I get off here, family? Any questions, man? Any thoughts before I jump off here, family? While y'all trying to figure out a question, and y'all go ahead and put them in there, man, and we can do that real quick. But I want to give you this. So I'm sitting up here looking at football, man, and all I hear is the energy in my ear. When I say energy, I'm talking about my divine self, because understand, there's an understanding or a place that you can go to where you open up that door to where you communicate with your true self. Again, let me put it back up. You communicate with yourself in the heaven realm and higher. Okay? All right? And let me give y'all this for the people who don't know. Do you see the little white line in between heaven and hell? You see the little white line, family? That is the quote unquote astral plane. So let me give you this. When you dream at night, or when you quote unquote astral travel and things of this nature, you going no further than that white line. The only way you can get to deeper into the number 1 right here, or the 0, is if you die completely or transition. Okay, or my new word, not new word, but I like the word ascension. I don't like transition no more because yeah, I don't like that. I like when people so-called die, they ascended. They ascended out of hell. Okay, all right. And some people do get caught up on that white line, which is the so-called astral. Okay, etheric, however they want to say all them words and shit. Okay, but for the most part, most of us go back up to the heaven realm and the 0 point, which is the nothingness, which is where it all started, so-called started anyway, because the nothingness has always been. The 0 point has always been. Okay, all right. So when people astral traveling and they think they're going to fuck somebody up and all that, you're going no further than that white line, aka the astral plane. So you ain't doing nothing, family. And again, this is years of understanding of the so-called spirit world. I don't even call it, that's bullshit, pure bullshit. Ain't no fucking spirit world. That shit dumb. It's pure fucking ignorance is what it is. Okay, all right. There is no spirit world. There's only where we come from. We fell down here. We don't supposed to be here in a sense. Hell wasn't supposed to happen. It was only supposed to be the nothingness and the heaven. That's it. But I gave you the story of what happened, so y'all go check that out once this video is over with. What was the black bagel representing in everything, everywhere, all at the same time? The black bagel, I gotta go back and look at that. I saw that movie once, and I gotta go back and look at that. Brother Ty guy, I gotta go back and look at that, man. To get an understanding about the bagel. Yeah. But when I check that out, I'm gonna catch up with you. I'm gonna catch up with you. Let me, y'all, like I said, y'all put them questions in here, but let me get to the word God real quick, family. Let me get to the word God. Okay, and why at one time it was cool for me to use the word God, but the deeper I go within myself, the more realizations I have within myself, a lot of things are being removed from me. Okay. So when I'm using the word God and stuff like that, and the energy will be like, nah, don't use that no more. But then I'm like, why? But then I sat back. Now, I talked about this before, but not to this effect. Every time we see the word God, it gives a negative energy. So what am I saying? Okay, so let's start here. In the Gnostic text, is the great mother Sophia has a subordinate child. Okay, all right, and this child becomes the demiurge, the Yala broth, and things of this nature. Basically, an evil being, and this evil being is called God. In the Bible, it's called God. Okay, but many of you don't know that the God of the Bible had a mother, but that's in a different text. Okay, in the Gnostic text, the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Sophia. You understand? Okay, but this why this God is a jealous God. This God don't put no other God before me and all of that bullshit. Well, that is an evil God. Okay, all right. It was almost, the way they break it down is like it was a mistake. She didn't mean to have this baby. Okay, all right. And when this baby was born, he thought he was the only being around. Okay, so he created other like-minded beings, other basically enslavers. Okay, all right, and they created this so-called world. All right. Okay, so that's God. That's one reason the word God is negative. Let me give you another one. In the Greek mythology, okay, there were the immortals, the primordials, the immortals, the titans, and then the titans had children. The children were called gods. These gods, okay, wanted to rule over everything. Okay, these gods wanted to rule over everything. This is when you get the picture of one of the titans, Kronos. He's eating, and you have pictures and statues of this man or drawing, okay, eating a baby. Okay, which the white boy took that literally, and that became a ritual for them. Okay, but he was eating a baby. He was actually eating one of his children because the children were trying to kill him. So that's what that represents. Okay, so and Kronos was the Titan. So now Kronos, okay, or the Titans, okay, eventually was killed or enslaved by the gods. Okay, They were enslaved by the gods. So you have the primordials, okay, immortals basically, the titans, okay, and then the titan gave birth to the gods. And the gods, instead of them honoring what they had before them, they killed them or enslaved them in a sense. Go watch the movie Immortals. Came out 2011, 2020. I mean, 2011 or 2010, something like that. Immortals. Okay, where they actually have, and I put this on video, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I don't know. But on that movie, they literally have these titans enslaved. And they have them like deep in the holes of the mountain in this prison. And these titans were jet black. How crazy is that? So again, that's another level of the word God. Okay, all right. It's all beautiful up here. Okay, the primordials, the titans give birth to the gods become jealous and they want to kill their parents. Here it goes in the Gnostic text. Okay, you have Sophia give birth to this being think that is think that he's in control and he's called God. Okay, and there's many other texts that talk about the same thing. So God is a low vibratory term. Okay, understand this. All right, that story, those 2 stories that I told y'all, that represent this. That represent that. Okay, the nothingness, I'm gonna break this down. The nothingness is primordial. Okay, the nothingness is the primordial. Let me see here. All right, the nothingness is the primordial realm in the Greek mythology. Okay, the heaven are the titans, and the titans gave birth to hell. Okay, and hell want to take over heaven. Hello, Carl, are you there? So this story is a story of what happened inside of you. This happened inside of you. So God is the lowest version of yourself. So when you start to rise up spiritually within yourself, you're not God no more. Okay? All right? You rise up to the great nothingness. Okay, or what I called on the video one time, the perfect black. Okay, you're beyond that shit. So the more you keep this, oh, we gods, you ain't gonna know we got power. We not gods, we above that. That's why God don't exist. God don't exist. When you believe in God, you are shunning yourself. When you believe in God, you keeping yourself in a low vibratory state. And again, here we go. This movie only exists because these people believed in God. To believe in God is to believe in death. To believe in God is to believe in ignorance. That's what that shit is. Again, don't take my word for it. Look it up. Look up how many times when you look in these particular mythologies, the higher you go or the beginning of these mythologies, okay, it never says God. But the ending of the mythology say God, not the beginning. The beginning is always primordial, the immortal ones, the nothingness. the 0 point. So do we just say we're divine? We don't have to say nothing. Who business is it? You know, think about that. Who business is it that somebody want to know what you are? Who business is it? Somebody asked me, well, Will, what you call yourself, Will? Well, Will, what you call yourself? Will, I just told you what I call myself. Will. I don't have to go into. I'm doing it now based on this, but I'm not about to. I'm not exactly, Mama. Exactly. I don't have to go through a whole dialogue trying to explain to someone who's asking these particular questions. You know, so it's like somebody want to know who I am. Like somebody asked me the other day in this group, that this brother, that this one of these this good brother run, and he put a question up in there. He said, "What do God mean to you?" Bunch of people, 100, 200, 300 people answered. And usually I don't respond to nothing. I don't comment on nothing. I stay to myself. Um, but this one, I just felt like saying something. So I said, well, everybody else saying I am, and God is everything, and this and that. I put in there fake, F-A-K-E. I put fake. Nigga like, huh? I put fake. So then the brother said, and this I know it's a solid brother. He said, oh, my apologies. I meant God, G-O-D, gnosis of divine, or something like that. And we understand gnosis basically saying a certain level of knowledge, or the Gnostic, certain knowledge, or that's what gnosis is. You understand? So he said gnosis of self, or only gnosis of the divine, something like that. He said that's what I meant by the word God. I said, okay, he using it as an acronym. Okay, he broke that down how he meant that and everything. And I was like, oh, that's solid. I rock with that. That was solid. And gnosis, I know for people who don't know, it don't start with an N. Of course, this English language is all weird and retarded. So it's G-N. Okay, it's G-N-O-S-I-S. Okay. But yeah. You have any videos about altered state of consciousness? I'll put it like this. Altered state of consciousness. You have a lot of white boys talking about that. But let me give you some game on this, brother. And then it's the family, Andrew. Let me give you something on this. Any of the spiritual, the quote unquote, because I despise the word spiritual. I don't even want to be a part of nobody spiritual, nothing spiritual. I despise the word, man, because it means religion. It means religion. When I hear that word, all I hear is religion. So understand this, right? So all when we want to do things and telekinesis and all of these different things, okay, all these different things, understand that when you go on your walk, on your path, these things are side effects. Okay, all right. I'm not telling you not to look up a video of altered state of consciousness. What I'm giving you is no need. Okay, is no need. All right, is no need, because all of these things are going to happen automatically when you are doing the work of self. Okay, all right, like somebody wanting to be a psychic or something. Like the more and more you elevate through yourself, Okay, all of a sudden, you just gonna start knowing shit. You just gonna start knowing shit. Damn. Nah, you ain't going over there today because something gonna happen. Okay, like you just know. Next thing you know, somebody gets shot at the party, and you just fucking know these things. You understand? Next thing you know, you fucking doing readings like I was. Like, shit was crazy because I had no clue how I was learning this shit. But I was just on the walk, and this shit just started happening automatically. So ultimately, stay on the path, and then all of these answers are going to start coming without you even looking at them. Period. You know. Raina, what's up? Raina, what's up, mom? What's happening? What's happening? So it's giving me something to think about right there, man. It's giving me something to think about. So, anybody else before I get off here, family? Anybody else before I get off here? Anybody else before I get off here? Hey, Mo, I see the pics, man. They're nice, man. That's dope. Yeah, man. We had an awesome time, man. Do we ultimately have pineal glands? Um, I have no clue when I'm going live because I didn't know I was going to do this one, Lakeisha. I had no clue I was going to do this at all. You know, like so. If I say something about it, I'll be lying to you. If I say I'm going live, I'll be lying to you. You know, ultimately, I'm not even I'm not even like I don't even want to do this like for real. You know, like I don't know, shit happening, man. Shit changing, man. Um, I used to think the best way to connect to oneself through meditation. I used to think that, and now and some people was calling me a master meditator, and people giving me all kind of different names. Man, we're the best person to go to talk about meditation, all kind of shit. People telling me over the years, and for me to say I don't do that, nah. You need to go watch. You need to go watch my last 8, 9 videos, and then you'll see why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay, because we went to another level. We went to within the self that meditation you don't even have to do. You don't even have to do. All you got to do is get with the information, check out the information, read the information. You know, go through, and this is what I mean by that. Okay, go through the information. The information will set you apart. The information will set you apart from so-called reality. The information will set you apart from this place. It's going to put you in a whole other realm of thinking. That's why getting information is so important. Do we have a pineal gland? Um, as far as the knowledge goes, we have one. Unconditional chaos. What's up with you, boy? What's happening? According to the information, we have a pineal gland, but um, on one level is needed. But how I teach or I don't I try not I don't need to call that shit no more. But however I do my thing now, I don't need to get into that no more. I don't need to get into that no more because I mean on one level, your whole self is an illusion anyway. So what the fuck is a pineal gland? So it is what it is. You are not real. Okay. Okay, you are just like I said earlier, a shadow, on the ground of your real self. So you are not even that, man. Stay on the yellow brick road. The yellow brick road is going to show you what's happening. And as you go on your walk, you'll see Um, so as you go through it, you're gonna have your own things that's going to happen. They're going to allow you to see this thing the best way you need for you. You understand? Nah, that's not necessarily what I'm saying, Lakeisha, but it's somewhat, but not necessarily what I'm saying. Because a lot of people say that everyone have a different path. Um, and the reason why I call that specifically bullshit is because that's an excuse. That's an excuse. Because usually when people say all our paths is different, well, I don't wanna research and do this, or I don't wanna, that's your path. That's not my path. Well, the difference is this. Okay, the difference is this. So we're all under this mind control, and we're all one. You're not different than me. I'm not different than you. We have been taught that. Okay, like I just gave you this. Like I just gave you this. Okay, we have been taught that things are different. Time is real. We have been taught that when in fact it's all the now. It's all peace. That's all it ever been. Okay, we all we all come from one place, the nothingness. Okay, all right. We are the nothingness. Okay, we all of it, but that's we all one. So when people say, well, our things are different because I'm a Sagittarius, or I'm a this, or I'm a that, no, that's all bullshit. That's bullshit. What's happening is people don't want to come to the fact that uh uh uh, uh well well Will, you saying and this is where it get fucked up right here. Well, Will, what if I don't want to leave my husband? I'm like, I never said leave your husband. What I said was the information will have you second guessing all that shit. Okay, all right. The information will have you second guessing your job. The information will have you second guessing your life and all of this shit. So when people say, well, all our journeys are different, nah. When people say that, that's a supremely fucking ignorant statement. Okay, all right. That's people who don't want to let go of this world. Okay, they want to go of niggas. I'm talking about too. Okay, niggas want to go fuck everybody. Okay, niggas wanna stay on. Oh nah, nigga, that's your journey. I'm a real nigga. Nah, bro, that's your journey. Nah, Will, I'm a bad bitch. I'm gonna keep this over here. Nah, that's your journey. That's not my journey. Nah, man. Okay, now what's going on is you are scared. Okay, you are scared and you don't want to accept the fact that your life right now is bullshit. Okay, and this is the proof. Okay, and I've had a lot of people, not a lot, but I had enough of people over the years tell me, "But Will, that's your path." And then 2, 3 years later, those same people, this happened in their life. Okay, that didn't happen, and then it hit me up. Will, man, I need some help with this. Oh, I thought that was your path, though. I thought that was your path. Again, we don't have no information that says they got 1,000 different ways to do this shit. Okay, they got 1,000 different ways to do this shit. Simply, what I'm talking about when I say what's going to happen for you, all right, is that, okay, let me give you an example of myself. I have no children. Okay, so at this very moment, I can go 10 times deeper than most people who have children. Okay, because if you get into the information, children are attachments. They are not what you think they are. You understand? Okay, so I can go much deeper, okay, than a lot of people. That's why Bobby was able to go deep. That's why many quote unquote teachers don't have a lot of kids. I mean, it just is what it is. Okay, from your Dr. Delbert Black, I think he had an older son, but for the most part, Brother Paddock, I think he had like stepchildren or something like that. But for the most part, it is what it is. Okay, you understand? So I can go much deeper compared to a person with a son or a daughter or both or whatever. Okay, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more time. Okay, so your divine self know that, okay, well, I can't just push them out there like I could do this nigga Will. Okay, all right, so it's going to be a little bit longer for her or him to get this knowledge. So that's what I mean when I say, you know, what's going to happen for you. Okay, because you might be dealing with some shit, you know, with your so-called baby mom. Well, I'm not dealing with no baby mama shit. I'm not dealing with no baby daddy shit. I'm not dealing with no job tripping that's happening. I'm not dealing with none of that shit. So a lot of people are. So your divine self, they know what's happening with you. So they know they can't just. And what's that old saying? And most of you niggas was Christians, but what's that old saying when they say, God don't give you no more than what you can handle? Okay, so they could drop a fucking house on me. You understand? Okay, and I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna be like, about time. Okay, because I'm ready to go deeper. I'm ready to learn more. Okay, all right. I'm all for it. You understand? I'm all for it. Okay, again, whereas other people, you know, they're not necessarily ready for that. So that's the only way you look at that shit when you talk about, you know, people got different paths. That's the only way you look at that. But when you hear these motherfuckers saying this shit, okay, all right, because they don't want to let go of the fact that they worship fucking money. They don't want to let go of the fact that they got 10 and 15 women that they're having sex with and all this whole wild ass nigga shit going on. Okay, all right. This particular woman, okay, she'd have been molested, all this old wild shit. So now that has created a beast that has came out of her, that she out here wilding now based on what happened. Like, and now she don't want to face the fact. Well, Will, that's your journey. I had women tell me that. Will, that's your journey. That's not mine. That's yours. Well, now you just don't want to face the fact that shit happened to you. Once you face the fact that shit happened to you, then you can see what the fuck I'm talking about. Then you can see what the information is talking about. Then you can read this shit correctly and see that this shit is not about hurting you. This shit is about lighting your heart, man. Okay? So when somebody say that, immediately walk the fuck off. Because I'm at a place now, family, to where I can be in a full conversation with someone and they telling me this and telling me that, and I will walk completely the fuck off mid-conversation. Because I've let go of it, man. And I only deal in peace, man. Okay, I get the fuck on. All right, you know, like it is what it is. Like we could be in a phone conversation, and if I hear you talking, you know, talking a certain way and something, now in the beginning, I will say, hey, can you bring your emotions down a little bit? And usually when I say that, most people be like, well, I ain't emotional. Over with. I can't do it, man. I can't do it, man. I can't do the human shit, man. You know, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, that kitten that grew up with them dogs, and now that kitten thing be barking and shit. Nah, man. Nah, man, I've left that realm of humans, man. Okay, Try this one more time. There we go. We're live there. So, any more questions before I get off your family? Anyone? All right. So, let me get on. Hold on. Did I miss somebody? Let me make sure I ain't miss nobody, man. If I did, I apologize, y'all. If I did, I apologize. All right, I'm off here, man. All right, y'all. So look, let me say this too. I'm at a place now to where I don't do what you call it no more. I don't do sessions no more. Because now I'm like, I'm looking at it as you don't need me. Okay, I know people want to sit down and do a consultation with myself, but family, you don't need me. Okay, all right. I have the information out there. The information is there. The information is there for you to learn. Like if I put it like this, if you watch the last 10 videos of myself, including this one, if you watch the last 10 videos 2-3 times, you'll never be the same again. You don't need me, family. You don't need to talk to me and have a 2-hour consultation with me. You do not. You know, and I told a friend of mine, and they were like, "Damn, man, what about the money, man?" I said, "Man, the people don't need me, man. They need themselves." Okay, I had a brother ask me, OG asked me, "Well, man, how you got to where you are?" I said, "I spent years watching information constantly. I didn't take breaks. I didn't take time off. I used to watch Bobby hours and hours of Bobby, Dr. Delbert Blair, C. Freeman now, but it was hours and hours. Okay, I didn't turn it off. I didn't take 6 months off. I didn't go do this or I didn't go no. I focused on this shit. That's what I did. So y'all don't need me, man, for a consultation, anything like that. You know, now I don't mind talking to my people, you know, whatever. We have a little 10, 15, 20 minute conversation. I mean, that's just gonna be what it's gonna be. But other than that, go watch the last 8 to 10 videos multiple times, each one. 2, like 10, 3, 2, 3 times each video. Okay, and if you have a question after that, then hey, I don't mind answering 1 or 2 questions, but you don't need me, family. You need yourself. You need yourself. All right? Can you dig it? Okay. I'm out, man. Peace, man. I hear you telling you crazy, girl. All right, man. Peace, man. Love y'all, man.